Damn right. And you're gonna make a difference.
This one comes with a basic sort of digital package.
Hey, you can make money off my name, make it, okay?
You got the power to change lives, Roy.
Hello and welcome to the Barry J. McDonald podcast. If you're interested in creating your own digital product or just want to learn more, you're in the right place. Whether you're just starting out or have been working on your digital product for a while, we hope that our podcast will provide valuable insights and inspiration to help you on your journey. Take it away, Barry.
Hi, this is Barry here, and you are very, very welcome to today's podcast episode. Now, today's podcast episode is dedicated to finding your niche. Where is your corner of the internet? What should you be building your online business on? And maybe you're a little bit lost right now. You're wondering, well, what should I do? Well, if you are in that situation, today's podcast episode is going to be a great help to you. Now, the first thing I would say to you is just pause this podcast episode in a moment, and I want you to go off. I want you to get a piece of paper. I want you to get a pen. I want you to come back here, and then we are going to do some writing. So, when you've got that pen and paper, if you haven't got it, pause right now, go and get it, and come back. So, if you have this pen and paper, what I want you to do is I want you to make a list of your interests. Now, what I want you to do is just jot down the things you love to do, the things you love to talk about, and the things that you like to spend time on. Now, don't overthink it. There's no right answers. There's no wrong answers. Nobody is going to look at that list. It's just you and the list. So think about the things you love to do. And if your mind does go blank, I want you to think about, well, what do you go online to do? What's the last thing you typed into Google? What's the last video you watched on YouTube? Who do you follow on TikTok? I'll give you a better idea of, what you like doing online. Again, what do you like talking about? Do you find sometimes people tell you to shut up and stop talking about that thing because you've gone on and on and on about it? That could be an idea of your niche. Again, what do you like spending time on? When's the last time maybe you did something online or maybe on your laptop and you just lost yourself in it? You just looked up the clock and, 2 hours had passed and you thought it was 5 minutes. So what do you like spending time on? Now write a long list. Come up with as many interests that you find. Now, the next thing I would recommend you do is think about your skills and your strengths. What are you good at? Now, I know a lot of us, our mind goes blank at this point. And that's because we assume that the things that we can do are things that everybody can do. Everybody can do whatever it is I can do. So there's no skill, there's no strength there. But we are our own worst judges. Because you'll find that there's some things that we can do that other people find difficult to do. And there's some things that we find difficult to do that other people can find easy to do. So think for a moment, what are you good at? What do you like doing? What do people often compliment you on? That they say you're a great artist, or, you're great at taking pictures on your phone. You're great with kids, you're great with animals. Is there something that people compliment you on? So think about the skills and strengths that you have, the things you find easy to do, the things that you could just, you never even needed to study it. You didn't do any art books, you done no art study at school, you just simply picked up a pencil and you could draw, or you could do cartoons. You didn't have to work out how to use your Android phone, you just picked it up. You didn't need to look at the manual, you just picked it up and away you went. Straight away, as soon as TikTok came out, you were already up and running, recording videos. You knew how to do all of that, because it's already in you. So what are those skills and strengths? And when you have those skills and strengths, just look over to your list of interests and see, do they cross over? Is there anything that you're really good at that you like doing that's on your list of interests? Now, you will find sometimes that, yes, there are things, and the reason you're probably good at those things is because you like doing them. You're probably good at art because you love art and you've been drawing for years, and that's why you're great at it. So you will find that some of the skills and strengths will cross over. Have a look and see is there anything there. Again, think about the problems that you can solve. Going back to what you're good at, do people come to you with a certain problem that you can solve? Can you fix my laptop for me? Can you service my car? Can you take care of my kids? Can you train my dog? Is there anything that people come to you with problems that they want you to solve? That can be another great point for finding out your niche. Because if you find that people are coming to you offline to solve a problem, you can guarantee that this offline person, that there are other online people who are going into Google right now trying to find out the problem, the solution that you actually provide to offline people or your friends or family. Just because somebody in your family has this problem, you can be guaranteed that there are hundreds, if not thousands of people online who are going to Google right now looking for a solution to that problem, going to YouTube, going to TikTok, and you can basically take your problem solving skill from offline, online, and create articles, videos, blog posts, training programs, and solve the offline problem online. Again, to think about the research the demand in this particular area that you're thinking about going into. Now, if you find that whatever niche or whatever interest you have, that there are only maybe 2 people in it, well, that could be a sign that maybe there isn't money in it or that there isn't interest in it. But if you went to another niche and you find that everybody's blogging about it, everybody's writing about it, everybody's creating content on it, you can be guaranteed that that is a better option to go to. Because if there are a lot of activity in it, you can be guaranteed, well, a lot of people, want a problem solved and that there's money in it. So when it comes to researching the market demand as well, to think about pain points. If you're coming online, if you're going to solve a problem, it's probably a pain point for someone. It's a frustration, something that they can't solve. And you will find that the bigger the pain point is, the more willing people will be to spend money to solve that problem. And that is a better area to focus on. If you're thinking about it for a moment, for example, maybe a health problem, we could have maybe someone who's got a black toenail on one end of the scale. Now, this person with this black toenail could go and see the doctor. They could go see them maybe next week, next month. They can carry on with their life. The black toenail isn't causing them any problems. But what if you got someone up the far end of the scale who's got heart problems? I'm sure you can see that pain point is far more serious to that person. I'm sure you can see that is a problem they need solved very, very quickly. And because they need it solved quickly, they're going to pay a lot more money to get it solved. So think about where your kind of, pain point for your potential customer, reader or viewer is along the scale. Is it up near the toenail or is it up near the, the heart? And you'll find that the closer you get it up near the important health condition, and the more people will be interested in paying more money for it. Again, to test your ideas, before you commit to, building a website, creating content, test out something small. Put a couple of bits of content out just to see. Again, if you're not too sure if you should do a particular niche, maybe create a couple of videos for TikTok. Put them out there and see what happens. Now, sometimes some of these platforms, you do need to put content out for a period of time to get a little bit of traction or get a bit of notice. So maybe just try it out for the next 30 days. Maybe put a video out every day where you're solving a problem or answering a question, and then test it out. And if you find that maybe nobody's interested in it, nobody is sharing the content, maybe try something else. Again, to maybe have a look at what's going on in some of these platforms already. Test your ideas and see, well, I'm thinking of solving this problem. Are there other people on TikTok who are solving this problem? Are there other people on YouTube solving this problem? And if you find that there are communities and groups that you can get in front of, because the last thing you want to do is have a solution to someone's problem and then not actually able to get in front of those people. But if you find that there is a Facebook group, if you find that maybe there's a group over in Quora, if there's a group over on TikTok or something like that, if you can get in front of those people and test those ideas with those people or find out what those people are actually talking about, it'll give you an idea if that is right for you. And again, finally, maybe just test your gut. Sometimes you need to go with your instinct. Sometimes you might find that maybe your heart might be a lot better to go with your head. But don't don't overthink it. Test out some ideas small. And you will find that, testing your gut, you might say, well, I don't like doing this. But at least when you get started, you can actually, turn to the left, turn to the right, make adjustments along the way. But if you don't do anything, well then, you don't know what's right and what's wrong. And you will find that in the beginning, you are going to make a lot of mistakes. You're probably going to go for the wrong niche. But it's only from discovering the wrong niche or what you shouldn't be doing that you're going to find out what you should be doing. But again, if you go back to the list of interests that you have, you will probably find that your gut will probably give you an idea of, well, this is what we should be doing. This is what we love doing. This is what we lose ourselves in. This is something that we would love to do every day. Again, to maybe just think about just life and thinking about your own life and thinking to yourself, well, if I left this planet, in 10, 20, 40, 50 years, what would I like to leave behind me? What would be my legacy? What would be, at the end of my life, I would regret not doing? That could point you in the right direction of what you should be doing in your business. That it's not superficial. That this online business you're going to create is to help people. It's to make a change. It's going to make the world a better place. You're not doing it just for the money. Yeah, the money's great. It's great getting money coming in. But you know that you've made a difference in the world. That when you leave this world, that the world is a better place because you've done that. So maybe think about maybe some regrets that you could have looking back as an old person on your life. That could give you an idea of where you should be focusing on. So test your gut. But when it comes to selecting a niche, don't just kind of stand on the sideline singing, well, should I do this? Should I do that? Or he's doing that and she's doing that. Just start. Start with where you are, with what information you have, and just learn as you go along. Create an online business. There's a lot of learning in it. There's a lot of mistakes. But at least when you're taking action, you can veer to the left, you can veer to the right, you can choose different options, you can see what worked and what didn't work, and that's because you're taking action. So take action on what you have, and it might take you a little bit of while to find out your niche. But have a look at that list of interests, and that's going to give you a good idea of where you should be going. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening. If you're interested in learning more about how to create your own profitable digital course from scratch, we have a special report that we know you'll love. To pick up your copy of Piggyback Profits, How to Make Your First Profitable Course, go to writecom.com now. We'll see you in the next episode.